It's 59 degrees. We're in the Midwest. It has been raining. And you know what that means. The fish are either on or they are really off. We're going to check. Today we're throwing Texas Rig Cinco. This is the last Cinco that I had in my car or in my bag. And didn't want to go to the only place I could go to get one today is Walmart. And didn't want to go there. So we're going to see how long we can grind out this Cinco. But first, we got to try some topwater. You never know when topwater is going to start. And because of that, we're going to throw the old whoppy ploppy. We're going to throw a choppy, choppo, or whatever it's called, a plopper. Plopper style bait sack. Use a bait sack. It's awesome for your treble hook baits if you don't want to fuck around. All right, let's throw some whoppy ploppies. See if we can get some topwater, because what's better than a topwater bite? Nothing. I want to thank all 0 of you for hanging out, being here. I can actually see every now and then what's going on the camera now. But I am also going to just focus on trying to get a bite. It's going to be a 10-minute challenge. Let's do a 10 to 20-minute challenge, no more than 20. Throw it past this log. I didn't throw it far enough past the log. I was afraid to throw it and knock the camera in the water, so I didn't throw it very far. This Troppo, usually you figure out really quick if the plopper bite is the jam or not, is the deal or not. And so far, 4 or 5 casts, I've kind of started to not dig it. However, we got a little more chop on the water over here, and over here is a lot of times I get some activity. So let's see if we can get a bite here. Come on. I'm throwing this Choppo on a high-speed reel, heavy rod, high-speed reel. Fucking 50-pound braid on this Mamma Jamma. No messing around. No messing around. Let's see if we can get one off of this log. No, of course not. I don't know if topwater is going to be the jam today. We'll go along this wall and see what we can do. I don't know what we have to do to get people to click on a live stream. My first live stream I did on accident. I was in portrait mode, and it had like 60 views. I think they were all bots. Dang. This is going to be great footage once the bite is on out here. We do have more chop on the water here around the corner, so I'm going to kind of throw this aggressively. A lot of splash. Just maybe try to call something up here. We're going to get really close to the wall. Get as close as we can to this wall here. It's always important to have a high-speed reel so that you can instantly start getting that thing coming towards you. You don't want your plopper bait messing around and sitting in the water. You want it going as soon as it hits. Ugh, that's juicy, guys. That should have been if the topwater was a thing, I probably should have got a bite right there. We'll keep going a little bit more. I do think I keep hitting the camera. I'm going to watch this stream and see what this stream looks like. Evaluate the audio and all that. We're at 4 minutes. So far, we're freaking throwing like an ace. Right against the wall. I just don't think topwater is going to be the thing. I don't know if I want to go all the way and find out the hard way that it wasn't the thing. So it's going to come back. Let's go back and get the... we're going to go back and get the Cinco. Going back, getting my Texas Rig Cinco. Alright, so I guess I can put this back in the bait sack. Bam. Bam. Oh, nope, no. Yes. Okay, there we go. In the bait sack. Loop it. Scoop it. Boop it. And droop it. Alright. So we got a Texas rig Cinco. Why not? Throw a Texas rig Cinco. Hope everyone's having a wonderful Sunday. It is a Sunday. If you're watching this on a Sunday, hope you're having a wonderful whatever the frick day it is that you're watching this on. If I decide to upload this, who knows? I might catch a fish here and then I'll go, oh, I gotta upload this. I found one Cinco and it has been used. So it's like kind of falling apart, but it's gonna move a lot better in the water than the floating worm. It's gonna sink a little faster, get better attention, but also it's gonna be a little heavy enough for me to cast it. Ugh, there used to be a brush pile right in there. I just don't know where it is anymore. It has moved. Let's see if it's right there now. You got to get out of the way. Be very strategic when you're fishing at a pond when it comes to limbs. This thing probably sinking so slowly. These fish got to be hungry. I mean, okay, let's see if we can chuck it out here by this log, like we did with the other one. It's not a good cast. The wind kind of blew it. The wind blew it over. What I'll do is I'll just bring this in nice and slow. There's 2 or 3 brush piles between here and there. It just fell down in between 1 or 2 of them. I'm just going to check if there's a fish. It's going to bump up off the bottom like 4 feet and then slowly drift down. And I'm going to frickin' wait. It's one of those days. I'm going to check to see if I have a fish. I don't. I'm going to pop it back over another brush pile. I'm going to look at my line. Looking at your line. Checking on brush pile. I think there's one in there. If you're just joining us, I have about 20 minutes. I'm at the pond. I had 1 Cinco left. We're doing a challenge. We're doing the challenge, 1 Cinco. And we already walked the wall with the top water. Top water's not the jam here today. It rained here a couple days ago. Really bad. And it's been like light misting the last 2 days. The water's totally cloudy. I have like a black red flake kind of mixture Cinco, watermelon black red flake Cinco in there. And we're doing our best. Usually at this pond you can tell pretty quick. That's why I do the 10-minute challenges. You can tell pretty quick if something's going to bite or not. I'm doing the Texas rig because it is so cloudy and there's been so much difference. There's new brush piles, there's bikes, and there's all sorts of shit in this pond. So, also I was thinking of if I use that straight shank hook and not like a finesse hook, it opens up. I can maybe throw like a brush hog or something like that, but I'm gonna ride or die with this. I'm gonna ride or die along this wall with this Cinco. And with casts like that, that ain't gonna work. Here we go. Realized recently that I don't even have a spinning cast right now. My spin combo got lost to Lake Truman during a tournament when I was generously netting the fish of the winner of the tournament. Went to net the fish and I left the butt of the rod off of the boat, and I guess the boat drifted, and that's not a fish. Boat drifted and a stump like dragged my spinning rod into the lake. Ever since then I'm just like, fuck it, I don't even need a spinning rod. Fuck it. I can throw everything on a bait caster. I could pretty much skip almost everything, but and I'm not doing any tournaments. If I was doing tournaments where I really needed to skip under docks and I was in the back of the boat, then yeah, I'd definitely have to get my spinning rod. But like the last year of club fishing, even my drop shots are all on bait casters. It's just I'm flipping, I'm doing more stuff. It's more accurate. It's more powerful. If I catch a fish, I don't have time to mess around and taco ito that fish around the boat. I don't have time for that shit. I gotta pull that fucking thing in the boat. And sometimes a fat asshole in the front of the boat doesn't even want to. He takes his sweet time netting the fish. So it's like he doesn't even want to get the net. You got to make sure you have that thing hooked and you pull him in. If you can boat flip him, then do it. Because your boater doesn't give a shit about you. Gosh, by now we should have had a bite. We're going to go up to this little divot. Every time you have a little divots in these ponds, they're the action zones. Brush piles up in those areas. Bait fish kind of hang out. Sometimes you can just drop one on its head. That's probably what we're going to have to do, is I'm going to have to this is going to have to fall down on some retarded fish's head. Well, thanks for joining us. If you are live, can't really see the screen, but this is kind of a test stream. You can vicariously fish with me, talk smack as needed. I'm using a 6-foot rod. Why? Because I had it. And a high-speed reel that's really, really cheap. And a lot of times I can just come up here and wreck bass. But right now it's like a post-frontal and pre-frontal. It's like mid-frontal conditions. The wind is cold. That's kind of the weird thing. It's making me think they're really pushing deep. Problem is, at this pond you cannot fish deep really. Without being extremely patient. I don't have that time. There's too much muck and moss and shit on the bottom. You have to you can chuck out a big drop shot, or have a lot more patience with a weightless style, kind of fluke kind of stuff. But really, if I could trespass on these rich people's backyards and go into these back areas, that's where obviously all the laydowns are ended over there. All these logs and laydowns, drop-offs. We just have to really be conditional at this pond. It has to be the right type of conditions to push them into these areas. I basically have 2 more little hot zones in this wall, and then we're going to call it a day. We are in the Midwest. It's about 60 degrees. Come on. You don't see that Cinco down there? Very visible. Yeah, it is. Hey, painter's tape. Free painter's tape. And it is dried. Free painter's tape, and it's dry painter's tape. You don't see that every day, folks. Free painter's tape. I don't think I'll touch it. But I actually do need some painter's tape. I'm not going to take it, though. That is weird, though. The weirdest shit you see on the sides of ponds, man. Oh, what kind of strange animal murder happened here? Cat fishermen, the remnants of cat fishermen. Trashiest type of fishermen. The bank cat fishermen. I'm sure that, there are exceptions. So sorry if that's you, but bro, leave your shit everywhere, man. Clean up after you. Here we go. These are my last 2 chances. This little divot here, up in there, and then over here there's a little bit of drop off there, but I mean, we're pretty much out of options with this type of bait, with my weightless Cinco. I really thought this could be the thing, but the wind started picking up and the conditions really changed. I mean, this does seem like a moving bait type of day, like a chatterbait, or even a spinner bait would have been good today with this type of wind along the wall. I was just hoping. I did see some beds here a few days ago, so there were beds along this wall. So my goal was like, I could drop a worm on one of these idiot males' heads on the, they'll just won't be able to help themselves. They catch some fish for this live stream. That'd be cool. Nope. try it again. We'll go to this indentation. Hope I drop on one's head. The other day, if you look at my shorts, it got like 5,000 views. It was right in here. I had a shaky head on a jerkbait rod and just threw and caught a 5, or it was like a 4-pounder, 4.5 on accident. I came to bedfish and I just threw the thing out there because I couldn't see any beds like today. Not even a bluegill bite. I got some weird looks from these this adorable couple here, and I got embarrassed. What if that happens? Do you think happens to the best of them? Get embarrassed by an adorable old couple that's watching you and they're like, what the fuck is he doing? What's that strapped to his chest? Kids nowadays are so retarded. Yeah, sorry, man. All right, there is a drop off here. We're getting this corner, and then it falls down. I'm hoping they're kind of like in this little drop region, and I can Cinco them right in their face. We're not retaining viewers very well. I guarantee you that much. I really appreciate if you are hanging out and listening to this. You know, you might have some time on your hands. Another cool trick is when you know it's on the bottom and you know there might be fish around, I just wiggle the line by itself. Kind of gives it a more subtle. That's funny. I thought I had a bite there. No, I hit something. Oh, this is painful. At this point, we're just riding out the clock. I want to take it to 20 minutes. This is right where the drop off is, so we're gonna throw it and I'm just gonna I'm gonna drag it without dragging it because there's so much moss. So it's like I kind of want to just hover stroll it. But I'm just holding the rod up and watching the line, getting an idea of where it's at. And if I feel like it stops, I'll just give it a pop, and that'll kind of pop and reset it. I'll do that twice, and then I'll just lift it like 6 feet and move it along this line. And hopefully it drops back down on another retarded bass's head. I guess I could attempt to throw it against that wall, but in my experience, that wall is a red herring until it gets to topwater time. Now, when it's topwater season, this pond is going to be the jam. So make sure to subscribe so that you can, when it is topwater. I mean, I can sit here by now. I would have had like at least 10 blow-ups, and maybe 5 to 7 actual bass. And the bass here are in the 4s and 5s this season. So when I started, I didn't know shit about fishing. 5 years ago, these fish were like in the 1s. They're in the 5s this year. And we already caught one to prove it. But I'm going to go frog crazy. We're going to throw the frog all the time. We're going to throw the frog constantly this year. And the Chapo. But a lot of frogs. I caught 100 frogs last year. You go to the shorts. The shorts of last year, there's probably like 60 shorts of me catching frogs or something like that. And that was like half of them. Not even half of them. Alright, we're going to go with this one. I'm looking at shallows while I walk here to see if anything like jumps out. To give me some fucking idea. Yeah, there's nothing, dude. This is a terrible idea. It was a better idea because I'm going to, evaluate my live stream, kind of see what that looks like. We're going to be at the ponds. We're going to be also at the lake and on the boat. So I want to see how service works on the big lake. I caught a leaf there. Gosh. It's slow when the first thing you feel, you think it's a bite. Nothing. This is terrible. All right. Yo, thanks for hanging out and watching this with me. if you're watching, please subscribe, man. You hung out, you did this for this long. It's only going to get better from here. This is just a test stream. We're at the pond near my house. It's not a very good weather, and it looks like perfect bass weather. But anyway, be my friend, subscribe, like, watch some of my old videos if you need some lightness in your life. Want to watch some dork catch some fish and maybe bring a smile to your day. So anyway, have a good one, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.